Last week it was 4th of July, so I hopped down to Gunnison overnight. I don't know if you've ever seen their fireworks display, but they do a really good job. It's about 25-minute show. Lots of really exciting, fun fireworks, and it's just a huge gathering. Lots of people down there, lots of fun. So just went overnight. So I was traveling back to Denver on the 4th or the 5th, rather, so I couldn't bring that report to you. So we're going to cover 2 weeks of information. Going to start with something that didn't get talked about. The Atlanta Fed cutting their forecast for second quarter GDP from 3% to 1.7%. That is a $400 billion adjustment, people. That's huge. It does speak to what they see going on in the economy right now. I did miss initial jobless claims for the week prior. So we did have 17,000 last week less in claims for initial, but it was a holiday week, so that's not surprising. And then continuing up 4,000. Continuing does a 2-week look back as opposed to last week, so a little bit of difference between those two numbers, just so you know. I haven't brought that up in a while. Mortgage applications up 1% for purchases, refinances down 2%. The increase in purchase is not a surprise because we've seen some really good movement in the MBS markets. We're starting to get a little bit of ground made back up with interest rates. But the biggest news last week was the jobs reports. We'll start with the BLS. That's what comes out first on Wednesday. Of note, within this report, what's important are the 2-month revisions we've been seeing, because we have talked about this repeatedly, that these BLS reports just do not jive with what we see going on in the economy. And you can see that the 2-month revisions for May, it was down to 218,000 from 272,000 in April. That 2-month revision now at 108,000, where it started at 175,000 2 months ago, get revised down to 165. Now we're at 108. So this is what we've been talking about, that the BLS gives us this great number, and then we get these revisions months later. And the Philly Fed actually says that they believe the BLS was overstated by 521,000 job creations for quarter 4 alone last year. If those numbers have been reported correctly, or if that's really true, that would have had a whole different outlook on what was going on within the economy last year at the end of the year. So just very interesting to note. Now, also within the BLS report, we get the household survey. This is where we get unemployment now going from 4.1% to 4%. That's the U3 number. But if you look at the U6 number, which factors in everything, actually it's 7.4%. Also within the household survey is full-time versus part-time work. And for the month of June, you can see that we, again, losing ground in those full-time positions, and all the job creations, really the majority coming from part-time work. So probably people picking up second and third jobs just to meet those, meet financial obligations. Today we got the consumer price index. Well, actually it was Wednesday, I believe. We got the CPI report. The Fed does favor this report for inflation numbers. You can see the headline number down from 3.2% to 2.9%. The core number, which is the one they really pay attention to, down from 3.41% to 3.28%. But within those numbers, shelter always a big component within that core number. But motor vehicle insurance continues to be problematic. You can see that at 19.5%. And I do hear a lot of pain out there regarding insurance, not just motor vehicles, but homeowners insurance. But homeowners insurance is not factored into the CPI number. Only owner's equivalent rental insurance. That's it. And that's just a very small part of insurance costs as a whole. So just very interesting to note there. Now, inventory has continued to pick up, which is good. I mean, for the month of June, it was up 6.7%. But what's interesting is that sales are down, fewer contracts being written. So I think buyers are very particular right now about whether they're going to write an offer or not with interest rates being higher, especially in a state like Colorado, where your first-time home buyer, price range is about $600,000 to get a really good home. To be honest, anything below that's almost a fixer-up at this point. So buyers definitely being leery of when they're making that jump because of interest rates, and if they're cash strapped, trying to finance, some $575,000 is daunting. It's quite a payment. So that is what we have going on this week. Let's take a look at the MBS charts. You can see a lot of green here. So the last week and a half has been really good to us. We've even broken where we kind of saw our high a month ago. So that's really good. So interest rates continue to improve for us. I do think that'll pique some interest out there. We might see a little more activity in the upcoming weeks as we hit these, hit kind of hot and heavy into the summer months. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I do appreciate when you like my videos. I will get back to you if you had any comments, but otherwise, have a great weekend. Stay cool. It's really hot out there, people. See you soon.